Hello, my name is Pedro Moreira. I'd like to give a warm welcome to all of you joining us to this Medinea On Air session from Escola Superior de Música de Lisboa in Lisbon, Portugal. Medinea On Air is an online project supported by the Erasmus Plus program. With us today, Maria João, an outstanding singer and jazz artist and teacher at the ESML Jazz Department. So the topic this afternoon is the body in the endless flight of singing, and I welcome Maria João and give her the floor for this session. Thank you.
Hey, I am Maria João. As Pedro announced, I am a singer. This is what I am for the last, I think, all of my adult life. 40 years already, can we imagine? And when I started to sing, things were not as they are today. The schools were almost non-existent, and you learned by listening. For instance, real vocal books, we didn't have that. We had to, if somebody would go to the States, then they would bring one exemplar and then we would copy it. And it had lots of mistakes, you know, so we had to figure it out somehow. And so I was, in the beginning, I was just like, I never intended, I have to speak just a little bit about myself so that you can understand a little bit how I do things. So in the beginning, I didn't intend to be a musician or anything. It just happened. I just started to be a musician by chance. I was a swimming teacher and I did martial arts. I did Aikido, lots of physical stuff. And just like that, the swimming pool where I was teaching autist kids and everybody I would teach to swim, how to swim. It changed owners and they had lots of working in the swimming pool. So for 6 months, I didn't have that job. And then I had a neighbor of mine. He was a musician and he said, look, you know that festival that you go, it would be a jazz festival. It was called Cascais Jazz Festival, where I saw Miles there. I saw Jared. I saw Betty Carter, Nancy Wilson, Jean-Luc Ponty. I saw so many people and I knew nothing. I was just there like, oh my God, I don't understand anything, but what a lovely, beautiful music this is. What is this? And so my neighbor said, you see that music that you like so much? There is a school that teaches it. Would you like to go there? And they're opening their auditions. Do you want to go? And so I went with him just like that. And just like that, I was I was accepted in that school, the Hot Club Jazz School. And in a very wonderful place because it was just a cellar, like a cellar. And it was during the evening was a club. And during the day, in that one particular small room, classes took place. So there I was knowing absolutely nothing. And during some months, like 6 months, I was at that school. And my learning was like people would arrive to me and would say, look, this is Billie Holiday. And I would go, oh. And then, look, this is Ella Fitzgerald. And I would go, oh. So these were the first ones. I was like, oh my God, such beauty, such ambition, you know, it was really wonderful. And then a little bit later, this is Betty Carter. And I was really, oh my God, so much imperfectness. You know, this was the thing I really loved about her. She was not really perfect. She was not completely perfect. She would use her let me see if I can tell this. Imperfectness, you know what I'm saying? But to look for other ways. And this adventure was really the thing that hit me hard in my heart. It was an amazing discovery. And then later on, the avant-garde-ish, like with one CD that was wonderful, somebody gave me, which was called, that is very good. Now I forgot it. But it was with Ursula Dujak, Jean Lee, Jay Clayton, Bobby McFerrin, Laurie Newton, and Vocal Summit. It was called like that. And all of this, you know, in 6 months to to a woman, a young woman like I was, lost in the middle of all those possibilities and discovering music. It was so much. It was really love, and it was really passion. You know, I really get emotional only to think how lucky I was, because easily I could have done something else, you know, and not be a musician, which is the place where I can fully express myself, when I can be fully happy, if you know what I'm saying. And so when I started to sing at that school, there were no singing teachers. And well, hardly, there was not much at that time in here in Portugal. And so, as I said, I had to figure it out myself. And with the act of singing, I found myself already knowing, already having sound, you know, being correct in expressing the music. And that was because of the Aikido that I did, and all these arts that I played, that I learned, like karate and judo for just some months, yoga, of course, and then Aikido that I did for 40 years. Can you imagine? 40, no? And there you learn what is the basic. For me, it really worked. First, you have the posture, you know, where you stand straight, you know, you stand with the curly of your hair and it touches the sky or the clouds if you prefer. And when you find your verticality, you invite, as a guest of honor, breathing. And breathing is really our instrument, you know, and it's really what makes us exist, you know. And this is a movement of the body. You inspire and you expire. And when you expire, you carry the sounds, you know. And so it's the perfect control of the breathing, of this, you know, that really makes you, that helps you as a singer, that makes you a singer, you know. And then all the rest is things that you figure out, and then it's the music. And so in the beginning I had this, and I was moving a lot, because this is how I did it, you know, with Aikido. For instance, Aikido is a defense art. When you have somebody attacks you, you roll and you use their strength in order to project them. And if you want to project somebody, then somebody is coming to you, so you are really good. Sit in your chair, and this is perfect for us, because we almost all the time we have so much contractness, no? And it starts here, you know, because you're not straight. But if you want to, somebody goes to you and you want to put them there, you have to really be straight, otherwise you will go with them, you know. So this is always the body. It's always a movement. Everything is a movement. And I tried, at that time, there were not so much teachers, I think classical teachers. And so I tried to have a teacher. I really tried. And I went to some teachers, and it was so strange for me, because I would arrive, there was one particular teacher, she lived there and it was no lift. So I would arrive like, I would arrive at her house and I would say, "Hi, how are you, Christina?" And she would say, "Oh, how are you? Oh, there you are. Let's sit." Oh. And that was horrible, because I was like, and asking myself, what about the body? Don't you warm up the body? Don't you prepare it? It's so important, this warming up of the body, because you are already, when you warm up, and not only like we do all the time, right? But prepare the moment you are warming up, it's already the music. You have to do that already with the music, you know, and not do standard exercises that you repeat over and over. And especially, don't sit at the piano. If you could be so kind not to, don't sit and then that is, then you don't involve everything that you have to involve in order to. No, it's movement. Look, it's the movement of the sound, and the sound of movements is, or I imagine, and for me it's always big movements, you know, music, big, especially for us singers. Imagine big movements of the body, big movements around us. We are all energy, from the little finger or from no, the biggest finger of our foot until the curly of your hair, and then the energy around you. This is all, this is what we use, to make music. And so this is how I started this. And then you have to the warming up, so many things I could say, but it is so important, it would be like I could be here for a long time only speaking about the warming up. I do not have to do that so much, but always involve, when you start, you have to prepare your body, get your space in order to inhale and fully exhale, carrying the sound. I would like to show you a video now of Master Joseph Savinul with me. He gave me that immense honor. And it's a small, so it's a song that takes lots of longer notes. The phrases are longer, so, and this requires you to a larger movement, to really inhale more. And come on, we breathe with everything, right? But if we breathe, if we need long notes, then you have to, I think the lungs here carry more, but they are slower too. This here downstairs, you go, but I will tell you then about the abdominal thing. So now let's listen to Joseph Savinul, a song that's called Kaiko. That was in the Leverkusen Jazz Festival.
Deixa eu ir, oh mana, eu vou só. Oh mana, deixa eu ir para o sertão do Caicó. Oh mana, deixa eu ir, oh mana, eu vou só. Oh mana, deixa eu ir para o sertão do Caicó. Eu vou cantando com a aliança no dedo. Eu aqui só tenho medo do mestre Zé Mariano. Mariazinha botou flores na janela, pensando em vestido branco, véu e flores na capela. Oh, mana, deixa eu ir. Oh, mana, eu vou só. Oh, mana, deixa eu ir para o sertão do Caicó. Oh, mana, deixa eu ir. Oh, mana,
Did you see that? Did you see Joseph? Pepe, as we called him. He's not anymore with us, so it's very emotional for me always to see. I was during 2 years with the syndicate as a guest sometimes, and it was something. He would arrive. The first time I saw him, I was coming from Senegal via Lisboa to meet him at Cologne, and he was there, and we were supposed to, he invited me, what are we going to play? So I arrived there like, really? And he just said, no, it's too late. See us on stage. And that was it, you know, and music is like that. Nah, it's an adventure. Don't you feel it's an adventure? You know, if you are very perfect, it's good to be perfect and good and, you know, the best we can be. But the most important thing really is the adventure of music, is that you look for the little unexpected moments, the little street, the little route of that place that you are not thinking of going. Then you can find like a whole world of possibilities. And I learned this in the years, and also with Joe. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. And that was really wonderful. I want to show you also a little bit of a student here of the Ente. His name is Samuel Pacheco, and he's such a lovely singer and piano player. And he's going to, in this video, we show just a little bit because we don't have so much time. He plays a traditional Portuguese song, which is called Barco Negro. And he did the arrangement for the vocals, for the other voices. And again, this is a spacey song, you know, very supported with lots of longer breathings. Okay, so let's see Barco Negro with Samuel.
De manhã com medo que me achasses feia, acordei tremendo deitada na areia, mas logo os teus olhos disseram que não, e o sol penetrou no meu coração. Vi depois numa rocha uma cruz, e o teu barco negro dançava na luz. Vi teu braço acenando entre as velas já soltas. Dizem as velhas da praia que não voltas. Diz que estás sempre comigo. Eu sei, meu amor, que nem chegaste a partir, pois tudo em meu redor diz que estás sempre comigo. O vento que lança areia nos rios.
No? It's lovely, isn't it? How they did it. Even I was telling them, if you have to do all these rhythms, why don't you just do tap dance? You learn a little bit and you, why don't you dance, you know, with the sounds? But they said, no. But I will convince them. I'm very persistent. And then in this, I was talking about this movement of with the bigger phrases, right? This with big breathings, But you also use this region here in the how do you call this muscle here? Diaphragm. How do you say that in English? Diaphragm. This one. This is very important also. Like for instance, for very fast things, you know, like and you're breathing. And when you do this, you do oppositely of the other one that you were right, and you press. And for these very fast things, you use like, can you see my belly? Or like, the strength, it's in the inspiration. Because the air that already is there, you don't need that so much to, so you go like, which is very fine for then doing these very fast things. So again, we have to control absolutely our body, how we inhale and exhale. And then you can also do this rhythm. You can use the rhythms and use this, and also other colors of the voice. You know what I'm saying? I try to go. Things like this, and you can really enjoy. You can do actually everything, you can do everything. You can try, you have to try. This is a thing, you have to be ambitious. In the art, you have to pursue the art that there is in music. Not to be perfect, but to be adventurous, ambitious. This is what I find very important. Shall I show you a little bit of something that I did once with Mr. Bobby McFerrin? So it was just an improvised thing. It was a festival, again in Germany, and he was playing there one day, and I arrived the day before because I would sing the next day. And then the organizer said, "Do you want to sing with him?" And I said, yeah. And then just like that, it was just like that. And he's also such a lovely person. So check it out. It's called Nothing. It was just improvising. Yeah, it was fun, huh? So what I have to say is that you go for it. If the opportunity comes, just go for it. Just grab every little opportunity that comes to you. I think something that really went good for me was that people would ask me like, oh, this is a big band. This is a place for orchestra. And me immediately, who wants to make a solo? Me, even not knowing anything. The me went really fantastic for me. And we have, I think we have to move fast. We have a beautiful singer here that is called Inês Almeida, and she also did something with the song of Mário Lajinha. It's called Tráfico. She did something with onomatopeias also. Just check it out, just for a little bit, please. Was Tráfico. So you can express yourself with the words. Words are beautiful. My biggest love of the words first is the sound of the words, and then the significance of the words. It's beautiful because when you use nothing like just onomatopeias, people that sit in the audience, and we are responsible for educating also for educating. Please don't think that I'm like convinced or whatever, but it's our job also to educate people, not to give them like everything, tell them everything. This is this was that, then I did this, then it was that. Make them work, make audience, me as an audience, I want to work, to use my imagination also. And I don't want to be a sofa potato, just listening to everything that comes to me, So it's a thing like that. Again, the movement, you see, everything is movement, and you have to use, this is an endless flight, isn't it? I call it endless flight because of a song, of a film I love very much. I think some of the most inspiring things for me are movies. And one, it's called Babel from 2006, I think. And it has a song of Ryuichi Sakamoto. He also is very, very physical, very how he expresses when he plays, how he, that is, it's unbelievable that if you can see that film, see the film and see that little place. I'm going to say it wrongly, of course. It's called Bibo no Aozora. It's called, and it's called Endless Flight. And I really think that what we do, it's a non-stopping flight, you know, the music. It's always going. It's always like an energy, a good energy that heals us, that takes care of us, that gives us harmony and fulfillment and happiness and beauty. Now we are at the act of doing the music that only exists when we do it, you know, at the right place when we do it. Then we are the most grounded, beautiful that we can be. Don't you think so? I love it. I don't know if I have more time. I have a little bit more time. Let me show you, because the headquarters, the bosses are in France, isn't it? And I have a student that did a song in French. She could hardly play. She could hardly sing, speak French, but she went for it. It's called À bout de souffle, and it's a song by Brubeck.
Quand je revenais, tout était sombre dans ma chambre. J'entendais quelque part comme une souris. J'ai voulu bouger à la douleur, t'aurais pas le droit de tout d'un coup me couper le souffle. Une peur affreuse m'envahit et mon corps se couvrit de sourire. Tu m'as mémoire, mais devant les rangs de la rue, les copains qui se font descendre. Je lisais la main sur l'oreiller, la manette pleine de billets était là bien sage. Sans tout ça pouvait aller, mon esprit se mettait calme, les sourires me plein que je suis éventuelle de la belle vie, le palace, le soleil, l'amour de toute la vie. On va de se mise à déverser en l'air de piano à tout casser. Je connaissais ces trucs, c'était le plus rôle à la tournée des gros mecs jouaient comme un fou. Aussi vite que moi mettant les poux. Sur les rideaux de téléphone, mon café, donc moi j'avais le récepteur à l'ossis aussi, j'avais deux fois que j'appelle. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a encore des filles comme un rue, j'ai resté sauvage, j'ai vu que il faut que tu files, on m'a donné le sauvage, on regarde, bon Dieu, bon Dieu, bon Dieu, bon Dieu, encore le flic, vite le fric, et puis l'escalier de service, 4 à 4, vas-y, stop, je n'aurais pas voulu compromettre le point de la vie de Venise, c'était la commune. J'ai connu comme un rêve l'homme de cheminée. Dans la manette à la main, je vacillais. Sur un toit s'amorcer dans l'escalier dans son lit. S'enfonce dans mon tunnel que je le sentais jusqu'en bas. Et me vacille à 3 pas de le sortir sur la rue. Quelle est, je ne le savais plus maintenant plus. Je suis sorti et tout de suite je les ai vus. 4 flics au bout de la rue. Pas panique, j'ai vu que nous n'ai pas pu les vues. Je suis rentré.
Vous savez, elle parlait pas français. Elle parlait du tout français. And she just went for it. Oh, so much we could speak about, but there is not much time. People are telling me like, and look at us, just look at us. If you are musicians, look at us, how happy, how incredibly privileged we are that we have this thing to express ourselves. So go for it. Now go for it. Go for everything. Try everything. Try, even make mistakes, use the mistakes, and always move. Just move your body and use your energy to perform and make music. So I think we finished with a song because we have to move on, right? I did all this. I'm a musician for, and look how the voice sounds, no? It doesn't sound tired or sick or anything. And I've been doing this for 40 years, no? So take a look at you, understand yourself, how your body works, how you know better than anybody else. Did you sleep? Did you not sleep? Did you eat? Did you speak already? Are you sad? Are you happy? Whatever. Understand. Don't expect everything to be told to you. Understand yourself. That's you have to do this. This is the best thing to do. And then move. You don't have to sit always in the same place doing the same music that is very successful or something. try something else. So we finish with a song of something that I'm doing right now with a group called Ogre, which is an electronic project, and it's called Fiona. And then I will just a little bit, and I'll come back to say bye-bye.
Fala muito, fala bela, glamourosa, mente sempre a todos e a mim. Loucos dias perde o tino, grita ao primo esquizofrénico dependente, Palerma dormente, quem não senta, não é gente. Outra vez despenteada, passa veloz por nós. Pelo contrário, antes pelo contrário, muito pelo contrário. Esquizofrénico dependente, Palerma dormente, quem não senta, não é gente. Contra tudo, contra todos, corta o cabelo. Não desista fácil, não se entrega fácil. Sempre a mim, nervosa, Fiona fula, botão, maçã de rocha.
So I hope you enjoyed. I try to explain the best I can a little bit of everything I think about what we are doing. And you want to ask me something?
Well, we can always we should start as a small moment of discussion and questions and comments. So it's very inspiring, Maria João. Thank you so much. Before I give the microphone to anyone who is interested, also, as you know, I'm a wind player myself, and it really amazes me. Everything you said, in fact, has so much to do with many other instruments, and not only playing wind instruments, but I would say in general, this philosophy of music or philosophy of life, even like the breathing part. It's very beautiful. So I'm very overwhelmed with your words in this process. I just wanted to, it reminded me when I was young, I was practicing and trying to become a better saxophonist, which is my instrument. And I was trying to get all the information because, like you, I didn't really go to music school until much later. So I was trying to learn all the tricks, and I was interested in virtuosic stuff. I needed to impress. And somebody told me, there's this great clarinet book, not saxophone, but I played a little clarinet. It's incredible. It's a classical method by Rusyanov, a great clarinetist, and a book that I'm not sure it's still very much used today. And I was really, wow, now I'm going to learn all the tricks and really play fast, and it's going to be great. So the first chapter said, you play like you breathe. And for me, it was almost disappointing because I wanted to know a little more, you know, these small details, but that really made me think and change a little bit the attitude. So breathing is really everything, I would say, in music, also because it precedes everything else. And for me, this is a very beautiful image because you have to breathe before you do anything. So it's that very special moment with when it's you and by yourself projecting the music that is coming. So I just think it's a very beautiful idea. And I was wondering, for you, it's really mostly about breathing, as you said.
It is. I think it is my main instrument. People speak a lot about the vocal cords, like the main thing of singing. They're not. You know, they are part of it, all the throat, our tongue, our teeth, everything, our nose, if it's stuck or not, and the things you can do, all the little secrets of the voice. But the main thing, what makes this happen, what makes this possible is really the breathing. This is what you have to control throughout these exercises and everything. It's like going back to the old drawing board, you know, going back to the basic, which is not maybe not splendorous or glamorous, but it's really what it's absolutely important that you have a control. Even sometimes I was listening and looking at Mario Lajinha, which was a partner of mine for life actually, and he plays like a guy like this, and he plays like he uses also everybody, all the musicians, and this is really what I think.
Yes, thank you. Maria João, we have a question here that I'm going to read to you because I'm not sure Maria João right now has access to the Zoom meeting. So it's a question from Laura Lichtenberg. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right, but maybe it's easier if it's okay with you, I read the comment and the question to Maria João. So fabulous presentation. Thanks so much. How do you keep your glorious individuality and encourage it your students in the institution's straitjackets? And in this way, do you think your route was at least free, even that you found your own way?
I think I have. Maybe the main thing was that I have absolutely no shame in my face. We say that in Portuguese, não tenho vergonha na cara, which means I just go for the thing. This is what, look, we are only here this once. Maybe we are here after, but we are not so sure. So just to make sure, let's do everything that we can now. Sometimes it's a question of like our ego, and it's okay actually to want to look good and want to look this and to make flowers and everybody looks. But if I could say, let's go back to the bone, to the essential of what it takes, and don't mind other people. Oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Do whatever you think is right for you. This is the most important, and be strong about it, like a little dog with a bone. Don't let it go, you know, just don't let it. Of course, I think I am very lucky to teach here, to exchange knowledge, to exchange experience in this school, because they are so gentle with me. They allow me to be what I am, you know. They know that I am not this standard teacher that I have to, and they think I can say something and they allow me. And that is, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Laura.
Maybe someone else. I'm trying to check here. You're very welcome to join in this conversation.
I hope to meet you someday, Laura, and you'll see what I mean in person. You'll see.
Maybe a few more moments, maybe a few more seconds. Anybody?
Again, it's the thing. Just do your own. Nobody does this way but us, you know. Nobody is going to be there to do the work for you, to do the things for you. Just do it. Just do it yourself. Here, I I think they have to do, for instance, in the lessons, they always have a musician that comes and plays. They are the student, the singing student are responsible for finding him or her as a player, and they're responsible for the partitures, for the papers, for everything. I send them, and then we work the songs. We work songs, and then all sorts of songs, because I think we have to be versatile. We have to be able to do many things, because this is a hard life, isn't it? And sometimes we cannot do our own thing, but somebody invites us to play like a blues record or a bossa nova record. And we have to, if we have that knowledge and we are close to, not knowledge, but if we are close to this kind of music, then we are able to do that. And by doing that, we can live our lives and getting some money to live our lives with the music, and then also keep a part that we exercise and we do our own music. And so this is what we do. And then in the end of the semester, we do a big recital in the wonderful facilities this school has, and with musicians, and they make arrangements, and it's really a party. Sometimes it never finishes. It's like 8 hours in a row. And you know what? I would not want to be anywhere else but there listening to them. It's very emotional, I swear.
Thank you. So we have Julia ready to ask a question. Let me ask our technical support. If Julia unmutes and asks the question, will Maria João listen in her in-ear? So Julia, please, can you unmute and please join us?
Sure.
Hola, Julia.
Hola. First of all, thank you so much for the amazing
Julia, I cannot
presentation.
listen to you. I'm so sorry.
Consegues pôr no vídeo?
I hear something like a little phantom, a little angel someplace saying something. Or you translate.
Eu não estou a ouvir nada.
Or you can translate.
Okay, sorry.
Or let's do it as before.
So. Okay.
Do as before.
So I'm not sure this is actually working. I don't think so.
Technicalities, technicalities.
Yes, Julie, can you try again your mic, please? But you are muted. Oh, okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now it's okay.
Okay, super. So first of all, I wanted to say thank you for this amazing presentation. It was very inspiring to listen to you. And I was particularly interested in the topic of the relationship between the gesture and the movement and the sound and the breath. And I wondered whether, I know we don't have that much time and space, but whether you could share a little bit more, maybe some of the practice, of your practice about gesture and sound.
So I try to prepare. I thank you, Julia, for your question. Maybe we don't have that much time, but I try. I really try to prepare to prepare the body. When we start this, I like this idea of this thing of carnival. This roll and you unroll. So if you start, you first of all, you breathe in and you breathe out just like that. You just like that, and then you try to get some space just like that. Like this. And have this conscious, because everything is so fast nowadays, and the posture, the verticality is so bad. Most of the time we go like this, right? And then everything is, it seems like that sometimes you have to take a little time for yourself, and then you work it out, in your body like this. I don't know if you can see this, and you go, and then you go up. Slowly, not like now, like that. And you move all these. you know, the always a But this is very important, you know, that you go like this in the vocal cords, that they always move. And not only the which is fine, but also to use this later on. And then so always use your movement, like always the sound and the movement are together. Remember this concept, the movement of the sound and the sound of the movement, you know, always this. You know, and you're also using the inhaling thing. And sometimes to warm up with them, I put like pieces of music, and you go sing along a little bit, you know, and then you move and you move and you move your body, like, you know, and you move your hips and your bum bum, and you know, and then always go for the how do I say, the sound and the gesture, you know. I Silvana. You know, things like this, always like you are in a, like in the theater. So everything you have to try to, you know, express yourself also through that. It goes with the sound. Oh, my English sometimes goes blah, blah, blah. But does it make any sound what I say? Any sense what I say?
It
Julia?
perfectly does. Perfectly. Yes, sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your question, Julia.
Thank you, Julia and João. Maybe we have time for a last question. We have a question from Alessandra. Alessandra, I read your question, but maybe you can unmute and ask your question directly to Maria João.
Hi, Maria. Hi, thank you very much for this presentation. It was very, very much inspiring. And actually, what I wanted to ask is basically the same. So you already answered, because I'm also a teacher, and I wanted to ask also for my students, but for me as well. I wanted to ask you to show us a couple of exercises that you do with your students. As I was saying, to let the voice flow through the body, its movement and the spaces. So it's basically what Julia asked. So it's perfect.
Enjoy yourself. This is the main thing. Enjoy yourself. Make it like a party, every little thing. Don't just do, for instance, the warming ups. The warming ups, don't just do them like technically, you know, use it already for the music, you know, the warming up, like things like that. Enjoy yourself and use it already as a moment of music, not just it's already music, you know, and then it gives you ideas for solos, you know, for solos. And you just in the beginning, like breathing too fast, like I use that as a solo, for instance. You can do it like something like this. If you want to like exercise this very much, it already is music, and then you use it. And please don't be like, oh, I look ugly if I do this, I look this, or like, there are so many nice people and beautiful people, but we have to look for our uniqueness, you know, our place in the world that only belongs to us. And I mean, we are like we have so much inspiration all around in this global times. You know, it's difficult. This uniqueness is like Luis was saying. It's hard to do, but if you do like that, if you do your way, don't expect everybody to tell you things. You know, just figure it out for yourself, and then you'll go slowly, and you find a place that it's only you. I mean, even if it's only one. You know, in a song, the good thing that you do as new is, hey, something like this, something really simple. I think this profession is, we have little conquers, of little things, you know, little places, little breathings, little this, little that. So we have to go for everything in our possibility.
Wow, Maria João, I'm speechless. Thank you so much for this very inspiring and overwhelming session. Let me thank everyone here today with us this afternoon. I hope you have enjoyed. Oh, thank you.
Was so good and emotional. Thank you.
I would also like to thank Professor Sérgio Henriques and his crew, his students Alexandre Furtado, David Pissarro, and Guilherme Franco for their technical support for setting up these sessions. So thank you all. Thank you, Medinea On Air, and please come back, join us again, us and the other partners of this beautiful network. We'll be back with the Medinea On Air sessions number 4 in April, from the 19th to the 26th of April. So once again, thank you so much and see you very soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.